everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher, and my guest today is Timi Starkweather, who is the Executive Director of Manson, Washington. I love Manson, Washington, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Timi a couple weeks ago. I was impressed with so many of the things she shared with me, and I thought, hey, let's get her on the show so you can learn more about Manson and schedule a time to get out there and enjoy this unique town. You know, I have a lot of respect for people who are involved in chambers. Why? Well, it's important work, and so much of it is behind the scenes work that helps a town run smoothly. I want to remind you that if you have questions you would like me to answer on or off the air, you can email those directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. And if we use your question on the show, I'm going to send you a copy of my best-selling Amazon book called The Practice of Feeling Good. If you've been following this show and you want to learn more about personal development and how to take on your life more powerfully, then grab a copy of my book. You can also visit me at my website, which is fletcherellingson.com. Now, before we get to the interview, I want to take just a moment to share a conversation with you that I had the other day. I was speaking with someone about affirmations. I'm a big fan of them. And they said, "Oh, Fletcher, I don't really believe in affirmations. I don't think they're effective." Well, this isn't the first time I've heard that. And I want to offer a different perspective. You see, the truth is, we're all using affirmations much of the time. We're just not always aware of it. Unfortunately, they often sound like this: I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't have enough experience. I'm not lucky. I can't catch a break. It's their fault. Life sucks. Life is a struggle. Money, clients, they're hard to get. You see, we've repeated these kinds of statements so many times that they no longer sound like affirmations, they sound like the truth to us. In fact, we believe them. That's the power of affirmations. If you say something often enough, and it becomes part of your reality, and then you begin acting out of that reality. For instance, let's take the belief life is a struggle. If you affirm that often enough, it begins to shape how you see everything: your job, your relationships, your marriage, your health, your finances. All of it starts to feel like a struggle. But what if we flipped the script? What if our affirmations sounded like this instead? I have what it takes. I am resourceful, capable, and flexible. Life is working out for me. I feel good in my body. I see goodness everywhere I look. Opportunities and abundance flow to me. You see, if you say these kinds of things regularly, your brain starts to build a sense of certainty around them. And over time, you begin to notice evidence that supports these new beliefs until eventually they become your truth. One last thought about affirmations. It's important to speak them out loud. Why? Well, for the same reason that if you're learning a new language, speaking it out loud helps you learn it faster and more effectively. For example, I'm currently studying Spanish. If I only practiced silently in my head, my progress would be slow and shallow. It's the act of speaking out loud with emotion that helps the brain fully process and retain that language. The same goes for affirmations. Speak them aloud, say them with feeling, speak them into the world so your brain can do its best to work with them. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to discover there is more to Manson with Timi Starkweather. Stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. I'm so glad you're here, so glad you're in this conversation. We are talking today with the Executive Director of the Manson Chamber, and her name is Timi Starkweather.
Hi, Fletcher.
Hey, thanks for being on the show.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Excellent. Timi, we always start off with a couple wins, as you know, so we like to focus on what's going well in the world. So start us off with a couple wins.
Oh my gosh, Manson is just exploding right now, and we are so excited about our now season that we're coming into. Wow. We are starting off this weekend with Manson Apple Blossom Parade, which is about 2 hours long.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
2 hours. And
it's a wonderful parade.
It is amazing. And I was told, I wasn't here last weekend, but I was told that they actually won the award for the best float.
Oh, right.
And I saw it, and it's incredible. I couldn't even imagine trying to build that thing. So, and we have such a lovely court this year. And personally, one of the things, when you see kids grow up in Manson, and all of a sudden they are part of that court, you go, oh my gosh, I've been a part of that kid's life. Mm-hmm. What a gift that has been. Dana and I, in our personal lives, moved all over the United States and Europe, and because he was in the Coast Guard for 35 years, and so we raised our kids in a variety of villages and things like that, and burgs. But having the experience of being in Manson for the last 25 years and watching these amazing kids grow up, become amazing people, and move on and come back.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're coming back.
So many of them do come back, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I love that too. I just met somebody my son went to school with a few years ago in high school, and she's gone off to college, and I just ran into her at the store, and yep, she's coming back too.
She's coming back.
Yeah, she's coming
There's
back.
something about the quality of life that we experience in Manson and Chelan, Lake Chelan.
Yep.
I was raised in a very small town in New England, and having those values, having that intimacy, I guess is a word that I would use, with your neighbor, with the person that you walk down the street and they say hi.
Yeah. You
don't experience that when you live in larger cities or burgs that are always on the move. We lived in Redmond for a while. We had a business there. This is different.
It's very different, and I used to live in Manson, as I shared with you, and yeah, even if you don't know everybody, you at least are familiar with their faces. Mm-hmm. You kind of know where they work.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about living in a small town is that you know a lot of the people. It's also the thing sometimes that makes it hard to live in a small town because everybody knows everybody knows everything, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is okay sometimes, not always, but no, when Dana and I first looked at living in Manson, I said, "What? You're kidding, right?" Because there was literally the hardware store, there was the post office, there was Uncle Tim's, and now we are just exploding. But that small town atmosphere has not left us. No, it hasn't. It has not left, and that's what's a passion for me. Is having that connectiveness to our community. And that kind of, so that's kind of my happy place. Yeah, it's unique. So you're the executive director of the Manson Chamber. And and most towns, especially if they're fortunate to have a Chamber of Commerce, that Chamber of Commerce is really important. Share what the Chamber is responsible for in a town. So we are really responsible for the economic growth of our UGA, if you will. It's not just the downtown, it's all the businesses, everything that happens within our urban growth area. Mm-hmm. So when I think about my responsibilities as executive director, which a position that I have never held before. I've done a lot of things in my life, but I've never done this. I think about, my passion is about how do I connect all of this? What's our pathway? How do we talk to each other? How do we communicate the values that are certainly there, but also how do we embrace the growth that's coming? Yes, because there is growth. There's a lot of growth coming. There's more than we can even anticipate, quite frankly. But I love the fact that
as executive director, it allows me to meet all of these amazing people that I had not met before, perhaps. New businesses coming in, welcoming them. I am a very people person. I'm driven. I am absolutely driven to connect. And that's...
Yeah,
so,
and so that's what you help businesses do.
I
You
do.
help businesses connect with
I do.
Potential clients,
Everybody.
with each other,
Yep.
And you also help with visibility.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and we've just moved, and we are really now visible. We have a yellow chair, huge yellow chair, that was actually built out of burnt logs from a fire that happened. Oh, I'm trying to remember the year. I don't remember exactly the year, but this man built this chair, and we've painted it yellow because yellow chair means welcome. And it sits right on the corner of Quilcassoon and Highway 150.
Can't miss it.
You cannot miss it, and we always decorate it, and we just have a blast doing that. But it says welcome.
Yeah.
Come in. Get to know us.
Yeah.
We love having you.
And the Chamber does a lot of stuff beyond just visibility. When I happened to be in your office a couple of weeks ago, I remember you got a call from somebody who does not yet live in Manson, but was moving to Manson, and the call was specifically, "Hey, do you know anybody who can help me move or unload my furniture truck?" Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So you are taking all sorts of calls.
We
right?
get calls about every kind of thing. We are the face of Manson.
Yeah.
The Chamber really is the face of Manson. So I have the most amazing group of volunteers. When I think about everything that they do to welcome people in, and to just explain literally where you can go. Okay, we have a bunch of kids. We're here for the weekend. What do we do?
Yeah.
Where do we go? How do we do? And they just walk them through. And not only that, they also connect with each other, which is really important for me. When I go into a meeting with all these amazing volunteers and they're all connecting and talking about the things that they're telling other people about.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that we live in a very blessed area. When I look out, I happen to be very lucky to live in a area where I look out and I see the mountains and the lake, and I live on the high side of the lake, so I get sun.
Nice.
Until 9 o'clock at night, which I love.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just a lovely community that we live in. I can't say it any other way.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a short break, but then we're going to come back, and we want to hear about some of the reasons to come out and visit Manson.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Because it's not that far away from Wenatchee.
Right.
And it's worth a day trip if you haven't been there. There's a lot to do, and Timi's going to give us the lowdown on that when we come back.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. Today we're talking with Timi Starkweather, who is the executive director at the Chamber out at Manson, Washington, and we're going to give you all sorts of reasons to go out and visit Manson, because there's more to Manson, right?
There is absolutely more to Manson than you ever envisioned.
Yeah. So first off, before you give us the rundown, just nutshell this for me. How did you get involved with the Chamber and become the executive director?
Well, I've had, throughout my life, I've owned businesses, I've done a lot of different things. I've been on a lot of boards and that kind of thing. And I was going through a personally really challenging time in my life. My husband had just died, and my good friend Timi Starkweather reached out. She's not only my friend, she's my kid too. So she reached out and she said, "Hey, our executive director is stepping down. Would you take this position?" I said, No, I'm not ready. And she said, "But you need to do this." So I said, okay, and I did, and it was a lifeline for me. It really was a lifeline for me, and it reconnected me with my community. During my husband's illness, I had kind of stepped away from a lot of different things, just taking care of him, but this really did reconnect me, and in such a way that it opened my eyes to all the opportunities, but the issues that we face as a small community at the end of a road, if you will.
Yeah.
But we're not. And so that was kind of the message for me. We are not the end of the road. We are the beginning of an amazing opportunity for everybody. And so changing the messaging was a challenge. And so with Kim's help and the board that I service, I just grabbed hold of it and I just said, okay, I can do this. Scared though I was, and I really was, because you make a lot of mistakes along the way, as you know, whenever you venture out into
I make
something.
mistakes every day.
Every day, thank you. So it just gave me a lifeline, and that lifeline has become my passion.
Right on.
My absolute passion about our community and who comes.
Well, it's great that you said yes to the position.
Well, thank you.
So what is coming up?
Oh my gosh.
What can people expect, and why should they come out to Manson?
Well, okay, so when I think about Manson, when you're driving from Chelan and you're driving to Manson, the first thing you see is this amazing, amazing lake that comes up from, it just blows your mind because there's these mountains that are behind it. It's stunning. Yeah. And that's the view that Mansonites get.
Yeah.
Shenanigans, not so much. They get the down lake. I get it, and we actually compete in this sometimes, which is fun, absolute fun. But we have such a natural beauty to our community. So families, we have 5 kids. We actually have a whole lot more now because I have a grandmother and a great-grandmother and all of that. So explaining what you can do when you come to our community is endless. We're a stopping off place for hiking and biking and picnics and paddleboarding and all the things that you can do on a lake. We have 4 lakes right in Manson. 4 lakes. Yeah. Not everybody can boast about that.
That's true.
So fishing, last weekend we did fishing derby, and we were mobbed, absolutely mobbed. But my great-grandson came and caught 10 fish, and now it's in my freezer, and I'm thinking, okay, I can cook 10 fish. So there are just so many different things. I think about the pristine atmosphere that we have. When I recently was up at Chelan Ranch, which sits high above our community, and you look down and you see Wapito Point and all of those adventures and things like that. But Manson Chamber does events every single month of the year.
Yeah. So what's on the docket for this month?
This month? Okay. Yeah. So we just finished pickleball, which we had our largest crowd ever, which was amazing, amazing. And then now we have Apple Blossom. Then we have car show. Then we have something else that I'm blanking right now. But what? Apple Blossom. Oh, Wine and Jazz Festival.
Oh, Wine and Jazz. Yeah.
So we're known for being the end of the road and a town that produces wine. We have lots of apples and vineyards and that kind of thing. But that's not really all that we have. So when you come to Manson, we have what we call the Fruit Loop, which is, it takes you through our vineyards and our orchards and that kind of thing. We're an agro-tourism kind of community.
Yes.
Which keeps us really connected with the people that come to visit us. They're out to do something different. Today's pace, in my opinion, is so hectic. If you can step back and it just envision having a picnic with your kids, or going for a swim, or paddle boating, or biking, or hiking, or fishing, or doing anything that takes you out of that everyday work-a-bee kind of life.
Yes.
We have it.
Yeah, and it really is a family destination town as well. There's wineries, there's some shopping, there's plenty of recreating,
yes,
right?
For sure. Restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants.
And we have new businesses coming in. I can't list them all.
And you've got pickleball. So if you want, there's a ton of things to do for the entire family.
Yeah. It's not just about wine or orchard or anything like that. It's about the experience that we help create.
Yeah.
And that gives me such joy as executive director, that I can help people experience that. Because that's really what life's all about. It's not just about busyness.
Yeah, it's not just about business. This is a great place to unplug and relax and take things down a notch. And really, what I associate Manson with is a lot of play. And I love to play.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and even just driving that loop, the Manson loop, I mean...
The vistas are so
incredible.
incredible.
The vistas are incredible. One of my favorite places in Europe is Switzerland. And Manson's it's not Switzerland, but it reminds me a lot of it.
It's
right?
Lake Como in Italy.
Yeah.
And to have that experience, I just would encourage anybody who can get there to just come and really relax and enjoy our beautiful area. Beautiful area. You won't find this anywhere else.
Yeah, it's special.
Well, the lake itself is 50 some odd miles long, and it's pristine.
Yeah.
When I think about all the travels that my husband and I and our kids had, and going to different worlds, really, cultures, and so on and so forth, I think about what always would inspire me to want to go back. So Lake Como in Italy, it's like, oh wow! But I think of Manson as like Lake Como.
Yeah.
We are here,
Yeah.
and it's just those little things that make such a difference in your life if you embrace it.
Yes.
And so I'm really passionate about. I am absolutely passionate about Manson and its growth. But to go back to your point, June is Cycle Chelan, so it goes all the way around our lake and up and down, and then July, we have the most amazing fireworks anywhere in the state of Washington.
It's a great show.
It is more than a great show. We also have an auction in June for anybody who would like to come and attend, which actually sponsors those 4th of July fireworks. Then we have August is just kind of fun in the sun. We produce everything that we can down on our marina, which is the only marina or the area on the lake that has a lifeguard. So and we teach swimming.
Yes.
Every year.
All my kids went through those courses.
Yeah. Vicki Downey has just retired, but we have hired the Parks Department has hired a whole different group of people to teach swimming to little guys. I mean, seriously, little guys, and they come back year after year after year for that same experience. We have just a lot going on. September, we have our first triathlon.
Oh, that's right. I'm excited about that.
Olympic triathlon. Yeah, you're going to be in it, right? So I've never done one. I've never known anybody to do one other than you. I am so excited about this. I will not be running. I will be at a desk participating that way. But what an opportunity. And what happens is when you come out of the gate and you're running, you're going up through the Fruit Loop. You're going down. You're seeing it all.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be great. So.
Well, we just have a few seconds left. First of all, I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing there. It's important work. And thank you to your crew of volunteers. Yes. Real quick, what's the website domain name if people want to find out more information?
MansonChamber.com.
MansonChamber.com?
Really simple.
All right, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Timi.
Thank you.
And now you know what to do. It's time for you to get out there, be a source of kindness, be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer this world, and I believe in you.